Our first reader is Grace Hammond. Grace is a third-year creative writing student who spends most of her time procrastinating writing other things. Her genre is typically young adult fantasy, and it's unlikely she'll ever write something that isn't a little bit creepy. She does not believe in escapism because the world of literature is for interrogating characters. You never really escape anything. Please welcome Grace.
Okay, so this is a short story called Shovel. In Queensland, there is no daylight savings time. That means within the hour, this one, the fourth one, the sun will begin dragging itself into the sky by its fingernails. But right now, the streets are still ink spills dissected by headlights. My headlights. It's a study in indigo, a cross-section of night's anatomy. I pull into the car park and drive to the back. Really, I shouldn't have come. I could be on the highway by now, somewhere far away. But I'm here, and I'm hungry, and nobody's beside me murmuring about cholesterol. The car is quiet now that it's just me, like a single, drawn-out sigh. In the back seat, I find a hairbrush and spend a few minutes scrubbing my hands. I throw the hairbrush over my shoulder and open the door. Curlies mew their whistling dreams from somewhere down the street. In someone's backyard, grovelling toads punctuate the hiss of a sprinkler. Crickets tick in time with my veins, and this is all I wanted. This mosquito-bitten moment of just me. I don't care if the pain in my back decides to haunt. Let it. I'm at McDonald's. The doors shudder open for me as I approach. Inside, the light fixtures laminate the linoleum floor. There are two red shirts behind the counter who glance off as I walk in. The air conditioner sounds like a cicada. The fryer out back is a blood-gurgled cry. Two security cameras hang from the ceiling, one by the door and one in the back. It doesn't matter. Restaurants splatter this city like ants, open because there are dozens of men cutting headlights through the early morning. This is what I'm thinking about when he comes in. The doors quiver apart, and I turn, expecting a stranger. I'm 30 minutes out from my suburb, almost 29 kilometres. Instead, I see Steve Carlson. Suddenly, I can't taste anything. My hands go in my pockets. He walks right past me, striding towards the counter. I think about letting him go, but eventually he will see me. He will see me, and it will be awkward, and he'll think about it later. He will remember. So I say, Steve. He stops, his shoulders sliding up. It takes too long for him to turn around. Gary, he says, in that loping way. He's famous in our neighbourhood for that voice, all long vowels and bad grammar. How's it going? I say the words. We both nod. I think he's going to ask what brings me here. I really do. It's like he opens his mouth to say it, but then he just looks up at the menu. My breath falls out of my lips, and I follow his gaze. I know what I want, have known for hours. It's all I've been thinking about since 7:30, when Linda never made dinner. But now there's Steve Carlson. If we go on, ignoring each other and ordering separately, we'll be acknowledging something unspeakable about the hour of 4 a.m. He says, Nippy out, hey. It is a bit, I reply. I wonder at the state of my eyes. I haven't seen them since I left the house. I haven't thought to check my face or my cheeks, which, I realize now, are still stinging. My cheeks are still stinging. The muscles in my jaw hiccup and I nearly turn to glance at my reflection in the window. I come so close. Somehow, I keep nodding at Steve Carlson. Steve fucking Carlson. I realize, when I look at him, that he's wearing a trench coat. I've never seen Steve wear anything but jerseys and cargo shorts. When he checks his watch, I see cufflinks clipped to the shirt underneath. He says, They reckon the heat will come in this month. Always seems to, I reply, but I want to pull out my tongue. Because isn't this it? This standing and talking, the bin runs and dishwashers and barbecues, her fingers around my arms squeezing out my words. It's why I'm here. And now I'm standing once more beneath the eye of a camera, chatting the way we do before a rugby game. I feel like eating my organs with my hands. Steve points at the menu and says, They have a new burger. I nod because I can think of nothing else. If Linda were here, she would ask about Catherine, the girls, the lotus she knew he'd just bought, because the neighbourhood had been chittering about it for days. But Linda is not here. I'm still thinking about my cheeks, the dirt in the crevices of my skin. Well, Steve says, motioning to the counter. Are you going to... Yeah, I say. The red shirt stands straighter when we go over. Steve orders a coffee, and I worry for a moment that he'll want to sit together. But I shouldn't have worried, because when he looks down to count his change, I see a smear of red lipstick below his ear. Steve fucking Carlson. I grin at the ceiling, understanding his clothes and the pause before his greeting. I remember the hours Linda spent on the phone with Catherine last week. Steve will not be asking any questions he doesn't want to ask back. When he's finished paying, I order a Big Mac and another one. The air conditioner moans like a throat filled with dirt, and the light fixture's glow is unseeing. They call out our orders, and we head for the doors. Steve starts talking like he's finally remembered how. I nod and grin, but mostly I don't listen. I can see the car now, sitting beneath the streetlight. I think about what comes next, where I will go, and what I will do. Then Steve says something, and I stop. My throat is raw. I turn to him. Sorry? He's fuller now, more himself, the Steve Carlson who gets away with everything. He cocks his head. I said, she's buried, right? I look at him, and look at him. He keeps looking right back. A dog barks from someone's backyard. Perhaps it's found a bone, dug up from beneath the grass and the shovelfuls of dirt. I say, what? Linda. He's waiting for me to respond, his eyebrow raised. The dog is still barking. I am still staring. What? I repeat. He makes this sound. Linda. She's buried in work. Oh, I say. Yeah, she is. Steve frowns and leans closer to me. You guys get a cat? A cat? Yeah, you got... He drags his nails down his cheeks in a clawing pantomime. Oh, something scratch you? Must have been a branch. I went running earlier. Must be it. Steve takes a sip from his drink. Well, see you around. Catch you later. I'm happy with myself when I manage to say this. Steve goes over to his lotus, striding once more. I watch him go. In the car, I tear open the paper packaging. Red sauce drips onto the seat and pieces of meat fall off my lap. I eat with my mouth open. The car is quiet. Thank you.